What is up, my ducks and drakes? Welcome to the Credit Lake, and today I'd like to just tell some choir stories because I just realized how it's not like I didn't know it was a big part of my life. It's just like it just fully sunk in, like, wow, I spent a lot of time doing choir for like maybe reasons. I don't know. This is gonna be like a two-parter because I have a lot of stories for choir because I've been doing it since I was 6 years old, and I am 15 going on 16 in about a month. So yeah, I've been to like multiple different choirs. I've had multiple different instructors, and also today, which is the day I'm recording this, is my choir teacher's birthday. So happy birthday, Miss Odom. And we'll be seeing her tomorrow, which tomorrow is the day that this is being uploaded. So yeah, yay. What you see what you see me making here is actually her gift. I decided to get a really nice smelling candle, and I'm gonna put it in this beaded candle holder that I am making because indeed, yes, I agree with myself, of course. So I just want to start off like how I got into choir. It wasn't really like a thing where I decided like, oh, I'm going to do choir now. It wasn't like a thing where I decided to go into it. It just kind of gradually happened until one day I was like, oh, I'm a choir kid. Oh, dinkly donklers. Dinkly donklers. Where'd I even get that from? I don't even know. But back in elementary school, I don't know how many schools across the nation have this, but we have a required music class. Like there's gym class, art class. We have a class for library/computers where we had to use the school computers. And one of those elective classes that we had for 45 minutes was music. We'd go in, we'd learn what a quarter note was, we'd clap it. We learned what a quarter rest was, clap it. And all we knew at the time was like quarter note, half note, whole note. And we'd like use the wooden sticks to like chop them out. We'd learn simple songs and put on simple Christmas concerts and spring concerts. And we just have a lot of fun with that. Now, technically this was kind of a choir, except everyone was required to do it. Required to do it. Haha, I'm funny. Please laugh. And we would sing, so yeah. My first time actually going into a choir, knowing it was a choir, was 3rd grade, where I was elected to go into this program because of my love for the music class called Books, Brushes, and Bands, which was this program made in the city for arts and people who are into the arts of like writing and making art and, you know, bands for like instruments and choirs. And I was in there, and I just now realized, like recently, that they had me as an alto and not a soprano, which maybe I didn't know how to soprano back then, or maybe it didn't show through. But like as a soprano now, as a first soprano, may I say, putting me as an alto was like pretty rude and disgraceful against my culture, and I'm going to be calling up my lawyers right now. No, that was a joke, but as the soprano in me is kind of disappointed that I was not placed as a soprano as my first actual voice role. But at the time I didn't really know what was going on, so it also makes sense. I also met some of my longtime friends in that BBB without really even knowing that they'd be longtime friends. Like my friend, who I'm going to call Jasmine, which her name is actually Jasmine, but also that's such a common name. I could be talking about literally any Jasmine on earth. It could be Jasmine from Aladdin. But I have this friend named Jasmine who was in BBB with me, and now she's a senior and graduating this year, and I've known her since 3rd grade, and it's insane. Also, my friend Daniel, who I had in middle school homeroom together with, also was in that program at the same time as me. So that was pretty cool. And we just sang simple songs like Lost Boy, the one about Peter Pan and stuff, and like we sang People All Over the World, and that's how I knew that before we were singing it for our choir concert this time around. And then I didn't join another choir until a whole year later. I was only in one choir at a time. Gasp, how could I? In 4th grade, we started the actual choir at my elementary school, which was a club rather than a class, because, you know, it's not middle school yet. And so we come in before before school on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and after school on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and we learn Christmas carols. And then we'd end off the year by singing at the Christmas concert and going to the retirement home down the street from our elementary school, and then we'd sing over there. Now, also in 4th grade, started this program called Elementary Honors, ran by my middle school choir teacher, who I'm just going to call Doctor for the sake of identity theft, or not identity theft, but concealing the identity of TMs. And Elementary Honors was a program ran by Doctor for grades 6 to 8, which it was mostly for elementary, but she did have some middle school helpers come in. And we'd basically just learn how to part sing. And besides BBB, this was my first time in the school system actually learning how to part sing. And this is definitely the most intense it has been. We sang a funked up version of Old MacDonald. We sang Chatter of the Angels, and that song, Best Day of My Life, the one where I had a dream so big and loud, I jumped so high, I touched the clouds. Those were the 3 songs we sang. There might be one more, but I don't remember it. So we sang those, concert happened, and then in 5th grade, Doctor still thinks that I did Elementary Honors that year. Here's the thing, I signed up, but then ended up not going because the rehearsals were on Wednesdays, which was the same day as cheerleading practice, and I was able to be an elementary schooler cheerleader that year, and that was my dream the last 6 years of elementary school, so I kind of ditched choir to go cheerleading. But then 6th grade happened, and I was able to extend my love for choir a lot more. I was, of course, in the choir class all 3 years of middle school, but I was also in this after-school choir called Middle School Ensemble. And that choir was straight up crazy, and I could make a whole 5 episodes just talking about stories from Middle School Ensemble. Oh my gosh, that choir was freaking insane. But with that, I'll probably continue with stories from that choir in the next episode, next week. Stay tuned, subscribe so you're notified, and we shall be vibing. In the description, there is links to many of my social medias, including Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, where I do Sanders Sides cosplays, my Etsy shop where you can find stuff like this and buy it, and my second channel where I go live, as well as a Discord where you could go talk to other ducks and drakes who are also subscribed to me. I forgot how many choir stories I have to tell, so I'm actually surprised it took me this long to get to a video like this. But I want to make way more choir stories for Art Monday, so I'm hoping you guys like them. Thank you for watching, and much like me trying to be a soprano, do your best.